bookish.
How does Lang do it?
I don't know.
Good morning, everyone. You guys in the chat today, tell us what you're most excited about for today in your life. I want to see. Like, what are you doing that you're excited about? And good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, YouTube. And X, I hope you're right on board with us.
Rumble's on board.
How's Owen feeling?
I'm all right. I'm still working through my sickness, but it's okay. I feel fine.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, look at all you cutie pies. Okay. So listen, I think we can get going. I think we have a little bit of an extended sip clip for you. I haven't seen it yet. So we're gonna roll that beautiful bean footage with Scott right now.
La da 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 da. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the highlight of civilization. It's called Coffee with Scott Adams. There's never been a finer thing in the whole universe. And you're lucky enough to be experiencing it. If you were prepared, you've got your beverage. Why? Why do you need a beverage? Well, you need more than that. What do you need? You need a cup or a mug or a glass, a tankard, chalice or stein, a canteen, jug or flask, a vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. I like coffee. And join me now for the unparalleled pleasure. It's the dopamine of the day, the thing that makes everything better. It's called the simultaneous sip. And it happens now. Go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now you feel a little bit more dehydrated. Or hydrated, I mean. You're a little bit more hydrated, a little more caffeine. You can feel it already. Your day is improving. You are now one with all the sippers around the globe who simultaneously sipped with you. And I would like to offer this following offer to all simultaneous sippers. Have you ever heard of people who went to an Ivy League school and they're so lucky because they can always network with other Ivy League school people? And you'd be like, oh, you went to Harvard? Well, I went to Harvard too. I'll be happy to hire you because we both went to Harvard. You'd like a connection? You'd like me to connect you or introduce you to somebody? I'd be happy to because we both went to Harvard and you went to Harvard. So we'll introduce you and then you can make a fortune. Well, I propose to you, simultaneous sippers, if you find another simultaneous sipper anywhere in the world, be sure you're ready to treat them right. Introduce them to people who can help them. Give them jobs. Treat them nice. Introduce them to your sister, because I'm sure you'd want your sister to marry a simultaneous sipper. I mean, duh, who wouldn't? So let's turn this into something, okay? Let's turn it into something where if you get a request from a simultaneous sipper, you take it seriously, because that's somebody who's got it going on.
I love that. Oh,
it was a good one.
Have you guys used your alumni network? Has it worked out for you?
I think people are using it in the Scott Adams meetups, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I met more people that are sippers in the last 2 months than in the last, 7 years. It's been amazing.
I want to see the first simultaneous sip wedding. We need like a matchmaker thing and then a wedding. Imagine how well those people would get along.
I'll take the photos.
Sergio will take the photos. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Scott Adams School. It's State of the Union Day. My name is Erica, and I'm here with, look at Sergio with another hat today. Another hat, another background, looking dapper, new lighting. I love it. Look at our gorgeous Marcela. She's feeling the patriotic pride today, wearing red with the flag behind her. And we are so lucky because Owen Gregorian is still not feeling well. So we get this voice for another day. Good morning, Owen.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
So sexy.
He's going to be on, what's that thing called where you can like call and get a message with the celebrities? I forget. He'll be on that.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll get him going. Him and Judge Janine. So you guys, it's the news crew in the house. Woohoo! And Marcela and Owen have picked some great stories for us. I hope everybody enjoyed Robbie Starbuck yesterday, and it seems like you really did, and I hope so. He's a great guy, very useful, and thank you for showing up, you guys, with us every day at the Scott Adams School. And don't forget Coffee with Scott Adams. There's thousands of hours for you, and there's more at his locals, which is scottadams.locals.com. Come be a subscriber. I was live last night talking to the beloved sippers. We had a great time, and we encourage you all to come on over and join us there. So let's kick it off with some news on this Tuesday morning. And Owen or Marcella, who's going first?
Marcela's going first.
I'm going first. So for my first news is regarding the Supreme Court. We talked about the ruling for the tariffs on Friday. You know, it came out during the time we were on. Ever since then, it's been noted that the tariffs ruling from the Supreme Court only was only in regards to a certain act. Any tariffs that were under the International Emergency Economics Power Act, IEEPA. And so those are the only tariffs that were based on that, are the only ones that were basically unconstitutional. Trump came out fighting. He had a press conference and he basically reframed the defeat that we thought that perhaps he would be defeated. You know, obviously he will never be defeated. He's unstoppable. So he took that defeat into victory. He indicated that the Supreme Court's decision was basically actually gave him more power than he thought because it gave him clarity. For so many years, he was waiting. It felt like years, but you know, for so many months, he was waiting for a decision by the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court outlined that the President of the United States does have the ability to do tariffs, just not under that particular act. So I'll give it to Owen and Erica and everybody and Sergio to tell me what your thoughts are.
I definitely give Trump 10 out of 10 in reframing this in his favor and in, keeping his policy alive. I think I'm not sure it really is as clear as he wants it to be, because another story I saw was that FedEx is suing the government now to get their tariff money back, and so that's going to be in the courts. And that, I'm guessing that will just be the first of many, and there'll be lots of court cases coming up trying to clarify all this. And then even the new tariffs that he does, I'm sure will probably be challenged in court under these other statutes. And I think Trump's clarity that he talked about was probably mostly from Kavanaugh's dissent, but that was the dissent. That wasn't the majority opinion. So I don't know how much was in the majority opinion that he could count on. I think Kavanaugh was the one that kind of wrote the dissent that said, well, you can't do it that way, but you can do it this other way or this other way or this other way. And I don't know if the other justices will agree, right? I mean, they obviously disagree because they had a different opinion, but I don't know that they ever really addressed each other's differences. So we'll have to see how this plays out. I'm guessing it'll be tied up in the court until Trump is out of office. But in the meantime, I'm guessing he'll continue to collect tariffs. So, we'll see how it goes.
He actually doubled down, right? He on the press conference on Friday, he said, "Oh, no more tariffs, more tariffs, 10% global tariffs based on Section 122, a different act." The 1970 rule. But recently, I think Sunday or Saturday, he added 15% instead of 10, right?
Oh, so it was an additional 10% on top of what it already was across the board for everybody. Now it's 15.
Yeah.
All right.
And by tonight, 25.
10 more feet on the wall. Sergio.
I think this is one of the best examples of how Trump follows the law always. He's always follows the law. He's if you read all his books, you always see how he uses the law for good. Really, I mean, because this is a way that to the court is saying, okay, you cannot do it this way. He tried, but now all these other ways have been already discovered, and he already knew about it already. It wasn't like they got surprised. I mean, for some of us, I think that it looks like that, but most likely they already game it out. Trump is not like, oh, I wonder what I'm going to do if that happens. That's not like that. He's going to like 100% decide what's going to happen, right? So the move was beautiful. He did that conference press, with the lights dimmed down, laying down the law, saying
A blue
okay,
light behind him, right? There was
yes.
they were adding, because this was at the White House press room, but they added like all these lights, like and I think Lutnick was next to him. You can go ahead and tell us the persuasion angle,
You
Sergio,
do like the
visually.
Undertaker. I mean, the Undertaker, if you remember in WWE, walking down, creating
Do you
that.
remember, you guys, the Undertaker? Everybody's like, what?
Well, maybe some of them do.
I
But the
do.
point is that you set the mood for success. You set the music. You set everything, all the elements for that to create that image that you want to make. Like right now, I mean, Erika said, like, Sergio, your background's too dark. Like make it like a little more lively, right? And it wasn't something that I'm trying to do. And Trump went the opposite, right? Like, you know what? Let me go super, villain here and show you that I mean business. And
He went
and
dark MAGA.
he went dark MAGA. So Erika is like, when you see that, I just get shivers, right? So that's part of the persuasion to get people in that mood, and then saying, okay, you know what? And everything is still lawful, and there's going to be lawsuits, like Owen said, for a long time. Everybody loves money, right? Nobody's going to stop loving money today. But the money now is more towards us. Now it's going to be coming through and cleanly, 5% more. The power of the president to destroy a country economically has been 100% declared lawful. And that's what's amazing. It's almost like saying you have permission to destroy any country or destroy any narco boat that comes through, right? Just like that. It's amazing. So that's it, pretty much. What do you think?
And there are more narco boats every day. I saw another story yesterday or today that there's another narco boat going on.
And there's going to be narco trucks, narco buses. There's going to be all kinds of narco trains too, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So
Planes.
Yes, ride the narco train. I can see it coming. Okay, next story. And Owen, just FYI, if you could, I don't know, talk into the mic, something's a little bit off. Thank you.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
Well, there is of course, the story about El Mencho being captured or killed, I guess, and causing a lot of chaos in Mexico. I think people are really wondering what direction this is going to take. There are tourists that were obviously caught off guard by this that are stuck in Puerto Vallarta, can't get out of the country. So they're very scared about what is going on and whether they're going to be safe. I think so far most people are safe, but there have been a lot of deaths. I think there's been at least like dozens of deaths. But I haven't heard. I mean, I think I did see one reference that maybe there was an American killed, but I think it was mostly Mexicans that were killed. But they were burning the city and essentially having violence erupt in the wake of this. So it seems like the cartels are. This was a U.S. backed operation. I'm not really sure exactly what that means. I'm guessing it might have been intelligence or even just that we told them you need to do this, but it looks like it was the Mexican army that took them out. And so as far as I know, publicly at least, we don't have boots on the ground going after the cartels, but it does seem like they're going after the cartels. And I would kind of expect this will probably continue. I think they're going to try and take out a lot of the leadership and start dismantling it. And it seems like it was at least at the request of the U.S., so it seems like maybe there is some negotiation happening between the Mexican government and the United States. it could be that Trump or someone in the administration said, look, if you guys don't do it, we're going to do it. So make up your mind. You can do it or we can do it, but somebody's going to do it. And maybe the Mexican government said it's better if we do it. But a lot of people speculate that Scheinbaum is controlled by the cartels, and that a lot of the government is controlled by the cartels, and even Trump has said something like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because anytime.
How did he get caught, Owen? Can you explain for me?
I can. Apparently, they verified where he was by finding his girlfriend, some romantic interest that he was dating, and the girlfriend went to where he was and went outside, and then I think the army caught the girlfriend, and she pointed to where he was. So I think what you're looking for is what I told you privately, which is men are taken down by their women. That's how these things happen. That you had Adam and Eve, you had Samson and Delilah, and even Abraham Lincoln probably didn't want to go to the theater.
Yep.
Owen
feels like old Abe didn't want to go to the theater, but his wife was nagging him like, I want to see it play. This is my interpretation.
Oh my
That
God.
led him to the theater, and the rest is history. But
Beautiful.
you got to take the women out sometimes,
Thank you, Owen.
Have you seen her? Have you guys seen her?
Have I seen the
girl?
girlfriend?
The girl that took down the El Mencho, right?
I have
She
not.
I know that she's OnlyFans. I don't have OnlyFans, but I know she has it. And it was like the guy. It's just amazing how somebody so powerful, right? Again, is taken down like this by the lust and
By an
it happened-
OnlyFans model.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it happened to all of them, right? It happened to the guy, the Colombian guy too, right? And also Chapo.
Oh yeah.
They were both taken down by women too. So not just
I
Abe.
would certainly, if I were in a position like that, I would not be trusting my life to an OnlyFans girl. I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, not when every aspect of their life is like a selfie or a video stream. That can't be good. But I would like to thank this whole cartel situation for making the midterms better for us, showing that we do need a closed border and we do need to get these people the hell out of our country, because this is what we're talking about. And, people underestimate how many cartel members are in our country right now. And I say this with any certainty, or allegedly, as Marcela would like me to say, but I am pretty sure that there's a lot of politicians that are on the take working with the cartel, because for some reason, power and money are just the thing that these people love, and the reason why they never leave office until they're like dead on the floor and have to get wheeled out, because who the heck else wants to work until they're in their 80s? But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, and I certainly would be, raise your threat level, whatever you were at before, put it up a notch, especially if you're in any area where there's a lot of cartel activity. But that's probably pretty much every major city at this point. And you don't know. You don't know when there's going to be some violence here that they think will be retaliation. So be careful, and we'll have to see how this evolves. I'm guessing this isn't the end of it. I think they might have even said some statement about that, like this is just the beginning. And I kind of, I think of Scott, like he wanted this, right? He wanted to take down the cartels in China and the fentanyl. And I think this is also meant to do that. I think that's really why they're doing it, is because they're killing our people. They're putting fentanyl on the streets. They're killing our kids, and, over 100,000 a year. And it's really war. It's a war. It's a war act to do that. And so I think it's very justified, in my opinion, to defend ourselves against that and to take them down. And I think Trump is again taking the strong position, saying, I'm not going to let this continue. And he did a lot of stuff with China, but obviously that wasn't enough. Now he's going after the cartels. So, I think Scott may get his final victory, that we're going to crush fentanyl and not have that coming in and killing our kids anymore.
Erika, just one last thing on that, because some people were asking about what to do. They have family in Mexico. Should they tell them to get the heck out right now or wait a little longer? I saw that a little bit of that on YouTube and here too. So right now, the doctor is not barking. If it was a real attack right now, like a counter attack, there would be so many deaths. There would be like hundreds of deaths right now. The deaths that have been more side effects because they've been doing this. What they're doing is they're protesting. It's just like the same thing that the the Dems and the Antifa does, when they get angry and they want to get attention. So they were doing that because their leader got captured. So they're burning a lot of gas stations, but shooting at government buildings, taking airports, but they haven't been killing people yet. And
Like
the last
random.
exactly. And the
Yeah.
last ones they're going to kill are going to be American passport people. Any American citizen, they don't want to mess with that. They're the last ones. But you never know. It can happen. And it's going to happen because this war is going to get just, there are two ways that this is going to go. It's either going to be bloody and horrible for the next years, or it's going to be beautiful like Venezuela. Venezuela now is peaceful. We are working together. Everything is fine. So one of those two. So take a guess which one is going to be, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would just say if you have family or friends or people that happen to be in Mexico at this point, just check the State Department, see what guidance they have. I think initially they were saying just shelter in place, and they had shut down all the flights. I don't know if they've been reopened yet. I'm guessing it won't be too long if they haven't already reopened the flights. But certainly if I were there, I'd want to get my family out as quickly as possible if I were from the United States and I just happened to be vacationing in Mexico or something. But I would only want to do it with, essentially guidance from the government saying, yes, it's safe. Yes, here's how to do it.
Well, if you see helicopters flying around your resort, that's when you start packing, I think.
You can't get out. You can't get out though. Just I mean, you will have information on your social media from officials telling you what to do, and the hotels are going to try to guide you and still keep you safe. But you do need to leave. Like these people are in a war with the cartels. They need to go. But
or if you're suicidal, you might have to bargain a lifetime for a vacation.
If you're suicidal and you want to go out in paradise per se, have at it. And the other thing I wanted to just say, because I just want to put one more point on this for Scott also, is that I just want you guys to picture. So, we know China, do I have to say allegedly, Marcela, is making the fentanyl and they're giving it to the Mexican cartel. And then they're
making the
bringing it over the
precursor
border.
chemicals for it, at least. Yeah.
Yes. Right. So when people are like, I talk to people about this a lot. I have actually many friends whose kids died from fentanyl. Like, it's just so weird, like many. And, I want you guys to understand when I explain this to people, I'm like, we're literally at war with, like, China's at war with us. Okay. So if you want to look at it this way, what do they say? Like approximately 70,000 people OD on fentanyl, right, in this country a year. So look at it this way. Picture like a football stadium with 70,000 people in it. And then China and Mexico drop a bomb on it and they wipe out 70,000 Americans. Look at it that way instead of like hearing a drip here and a drip here and the drips you never hear, because they are literally dropping a bomb on a football stadium full of people every year. Could you imagine if you saw it that way visually? So,
and a huge number of them are kids.
Narcos have killed more Americans than any enemy we've ever had in history, right? If you put all the enemies together, no enemy has killed more Americans than the narcos have.
Yeah.
I know that there's like a lot of reasons why they do it, whatever. In China, backing them up now.
Yeah.
So you are 100% right, Erica. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah,
they have killed more Americans than anybody.
Picture, just picture if we saw a stadium every year blow up full of people, you'd be like, oh my God, right? So that's what's happening. And somebody asked, do you think Cancun is safe? No, just cancel travel plans to Mexico. Just forget Mexico. Just take it off your list for the next 5 years. We'll see what happens. And I love Mexico and I love the Mexican people. I've been there probably 5 times. Love it, love it, love it. I don't see myself being able to go back there. So sorry. All right, we'll move on. But it's an important story because it does affect us here too. So thank you.
I'm hoping they can really, dismantle this, but it is a difficult thing, and it's going to be hard to say that
we need
really get rid of the cartels.
Like Bukele in Salvador, he's the only one that has been able to do that. So
I honestly don't think Mexico can do it on their own.
No.
I think they would have to have our help. I think we'd have to go in and take them out there on the ground, and I don't think Mexico is ready to do that. Maybe they'll reach that point if they're getting retaliated against enough that they think, okay, this is a war, civil war now. But I don't think it's reached that point yet.
Let's take a vote. I'm going to put a poll up later. Can't we just take the whole continent? I mean, wouldn't that just be better?
Yes.
Manifest destiny.
Yeah, because oh my God, I would move to Mexico if I could move there. I love the climate, everything.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do we have to take Canada?
Yes.
just for a victory lap. Yes, we do.
All right. Let's at least not make it a state. Don't give them any voting rights.
I love
Yeah, that's
Canada.
fine.
I love
Listen,
Canada.
Canada better get its shit together. They used to just be our nice little friendly neighbor to the north. Now they're just we love the Canadians. We're not loving what your government's doing. We do love the Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
Most
China. It's China again. China on both sides trying to take us down.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we've got more Epstein news.
We might be bashing Canada one more time later, but it's just for fun. Okay, carry on.
We've got more Epstein news. Peter Mandelson has been arrested over in the UK. So a follow-up to Prince Andrew, or ex-Prince Andrew, being arrested. I think they raided this Mandelson person's house a few weeks ago, so now they followed up with an arrest. So once again, the UK seems to be taking this a lot more seriously than we are here in terms of actually holding people accountable for this. Hopefully that will change. But and then you heard the story, right? We've seen all the Epstein files. That's it. We got them all, right? Well, apparently not. Apparently, Jeffrey Epstein had storage boxes all over the place across the country, in like storage lockers and boxes of records. And it looks like he had computers, photos, and gear in U.S. storage units. He rented at least 6 from 2003 to 2019, and it included items from Little St. James Island. And apparently, the FBI may never have searched them. So now they're looking to try and get this, and it looks like we might have yet another round of Epstein files. Imagine that.
Oh boy. I have nothing
Will
to
there be more arrests, do you think?
Well, I do think there probably will be more in Europe. I think there are some other countries that are also going after people. I forget if it was Sweden or Norway or somewhere else that they were also going after somebody. But I don't know about the U.S. I don't know. I mean, I tend to think that my perception is that they were very careful in all the criminal cases and lawsuits to only present evidence against Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and no one else. And so they don't have a lot of that evidence just to say, oh, we've got the evidence, let's just go arrest them, right? I mean, I think they may not have curated out the stuff around Prince Andrew and all these other things that we're seeing over in Europe, but I'm guessing they probably were careful to say we need to make sure we hide anything about people in the US, maybe keep it in the CIA or, somewhere else. And I don't really believe for a moment that we've seen everything. And I do think there are people that should be in prison from the US. I'm surprised that we haven't gone after more people that were really close to him, like Lex Wexner and Reid Hoffman. But they do need evidence, right? And so if I were, I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, Marcela, but what I would expect is they have to do a new investigation if they're going to do that. They can't just say, well, you were in the Epstein files 2,000 times, so we're going to arrest you.
Exactly.
They need to have some actual hard evidence of laws being broken. And, I'm not sure that I've seen anything that's definitive where you can say, here's the law they broke, here's why they should be arrested in the files themselves. Again, maybe we haven't seen everything. Maybe there's stuff that was redacted. Maybe there's stuff in these storage boxes that'll change it. But, I think to me, it's probably something where you might need a new investigation.
Although a lot of CEOs are leaving their positions because of the Epstein files before they're even brought out. Sergio.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a dog not barking here, right? Because if you see, do you see any protests right now asking for the Epstein files to be released, right? There's not a lot of people out there, on the streets asking for the Epstein files to be released. It looks like a lot of protests. We know they get paid, right? And who pays them? Who pays all the people that are protesting out there, right? So I don't think they're very interested in this Epstein thing. Like Owen, you're saying, oh, we hope we catch somebody. They don't care. If it's not Trump, they don't care. They're not going to push anybody. So everything it was just for Trump. So if it's not Trump in the name, they're not going to get in prison at all. So that's what's going on. So yeah, if you don't see anybody protesting and demanding for the Epstein files, there's something going on there.
Mhm. It's pretty pathetic watching Democrats suddenly now want information on the Epstein files when they think maybe Trump could be in there, not understanding how stupid they are, that they had the opportunity to do that forever. They didn't give a shit about what was going on over there with the kids and the young women, or all of the, money laundering and all the blackmail, but now they care? No, they don't care. All they care about is getting Trump. So I'm certain, it's so amazing to me, this blind spot the Democrats have, that all they do is care about hurting Trump. They don't care about women and children and drugs and this and that. They're so the party of just death and destruction, and turn a blind eye. As long as you can get Trump, then we care. It's like they're never complaining about, what about the kids? It's like, oh, Trump was in there. Like, he's the most vetted man on the planet, you guys. You have to just take a breath. Like somebody said, go smoke a cigar, go hang out with your kids, take up a hobby, go shopping, take the social media off of your devices. You're so shot out. You're not fun. You're not funny. You're not cute. You look a mess. Everybody calm down. If there was anything in those files, don't you think 100 times over that would have been trotted out? Don't you think Epstein would have put it out himself? Like, get a grip. He's vetted. He's fine. He's not molesting kids. He was a billionaire businessman in New York. And here's the news flash. They're a little handsy maybe, or maybe they can get any chick they want. This is not new. Okay. This is not shocking. The locker room talk on the bus that day, grab him by the whatever. That's two dudes talking in a bus. And listen, I've said worse with my friends. So don't act like you guys are all Pollyanna. Don't make me rant today. It's too early. Okay, next story.
Amazing.
I wanted to do my story. It's Gavin, what I call Gavin 960 Newsom. As you guys are probably well aware, Gavin made some controversial remarks. He has a book tour on Sunday night. He was with the mayor of Atlanta in Georgia, and he said to the mayor, by the way, I need to specify, the mayor is African American, and he looked at him and he said, "I'm like you," as he discussed his 960 SAT score by telling him that because of that, he was like him. And basically he was like, yeah, I'm dumb. Basically in those words, not exactly rephrasing his words. But I mean, people came out against it. Senator Tim Scott accused Newsom of stereotyping Black people, Black Americans, as giving them a low bar.
He said, "I can't read. I'm like you."
Oh, he did say, "I can't read, unlike you." He talked about dyslexia, though. Allegedly,
he can't read a teleprompter.
Allegedly he has dyslexia. I know a lot of Americans suffer from dyslexia, so I don't want to make light of it. But still, the way that he approached the subject was iffy. And then I don't know if Owen or one of you, Sergio or Erica, want to read Donald Trump, President Trump made a truth post yesterday about it. And I don't know if you would like to read it, Owen.
I can look for it. Give me a minute to pull it up if I can find it.
For it, I think that this is going to be a lot of fun, for what's going to happen, because when Trump decided to go all in on Newsom on this, it's going to make Newsom stronger right now, right? In his base, right? His base is stronger. He's being rupa right now because he didn't mean Black people. He meant like the people there, like the normal people, right? So it's very interesting to see. Huh?
It was an audience of Black people.
No, it wasn't. It was actually white people mostly. It's just that guy in the audience right there in front of him was black, right? But most of the
Oh, I
people were
heard
like
the
white.
opposite.
Oh yeah, it's like I mean, this is one of those things. Like I'm not gonna be popular for saying it, and it doesn't matter because I love that he's getting Rupert. You know the way that our president got Rupert, right? So let's go for it. Let's keep Rupert him, harder.
But
But
Gavin's problem is not the base. Like, I mean, he needs to grab everybody else. The base is the base is the base.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
He needs to grab everybody else.
The people that know how to read.
I don't see a Truth Social post about Newsom. Maybe if you can find it.
It's in the DMs, but okay. So he basically, I'll be Trump today. You guys, can you?
Okay, yep.
Can you be okay with that?
Yeah. All
so,
right.
Whoa, Gavin Newsom just dropped out of the presidential race. President DJT. So basically, what President Trump is saying is that by Gavin having this misunderstanding, perhaps, as Sergio would say, that this ends his presidential race because what allegedly he did was a little bit racist, more than a little. But it's funny. I didn't know you could. That's very low score for 960. That's all I can say. But I personally don't think that his he could still become president. I mean, people don't care about facts. They do not care about facts. I think, in fact, President Trump should know that because that's what happened to him in 2015, is that people were talking about the grabbing of what and everything else. And people still voted for him because it's how you make people feel. It's the emotion of the voter and then them making their fake because for some other reason. So I don't really think he's out of the race. In fact, it's just given him more power, more attention. Remember, part of persuasion is grabbing attention, and Gavin Newsom is having us talk about him for almost the entire day yesterday. So that in itself, and I don't know what your thoughts, Erica.
I think Gavin Newsom is not going to be the candidate. I think Scott predicted that a while back. Probably for different
I predict
reasons.
he will be.
But it seems to me like he's taking all the arrows when no one else is right now. Where there's another story about him taking a swipe at Kamala Harris about her relationship with the mayor that got her career started in the bedroom. And so it seems like he's going against his own party, and that's going to come back to bite him probably because a lot of people still like Kamala on that side.
I don't know if the ladies will like that.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of Dems like Kamala, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they were disappointed in her, but I think if they see Newsom taking shots at Kamala, I don't know that they would.
Remember, Marcela, the white liberal women or the affluent liberal women, they are like all about women. Go girls. Don't talk about my Kamala. I mean,
I just think he's, he's out so early in this, right? He's the only real Democrat that's really hard campaigning, even though he hasn't officially announced. Obviously, he's campaigning for president. And I think that's a mistake. I think that's something where it gives everybody else time to gather ammunition against you, see what your positions are, and position yourself to be better than that, and learn from his mistakes. And he's making a whole bunch of mistakes. And, his record obviously isn't very good to begin with. But I think, to your point, he does have a lot of charisma. He probably has better charisma than most other people that I might think about. But at the same time, I think he has so much baggage that I think it's going to sink him. And what he's saying now is just compounding that, where he's making these gaffes, he's making these stupid statements. He's acting like he got really angry after someone on Fox called him out on his racism on this, and he's like, getting all upset about it. And he just doesn't come across as strong at this point.
Well, if you see Biden, right? Biden won by being
I know he was like so weak. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, no, Biden is so weak and so pathetic, and then he and really like incompetent, right? And people love him, and his base loved him so much. So I think that Marcela is right. I think that Newsom is the most likely one to be the candidate. I don't see anybody else close to be at the top right there. I think that he's stronger on his base, and what he did now is similar to what Trump did with the Supreme Court, because I think he's saying, okay, you know what, I'm gonna double down on being the biggest retard ever, and he went for it, and everybody's like, yes, let's go for it, my retard. You know, he's my retard, right? So people love that. People love that. You know, as long as you don't go full. And I don't think he went full. He just went like right there where everybody gets feels connected to him, right? So I think that his base is going to be after him stronger now, and now there's nothing that can stop him because no baggage that comes out can be worse than this. You know, it's like, okay, I already told you I cannot even read. I mean,
I don't know. I
I
disagree.
think there's worse that can come out.
Yeah, I disagree. I mean, first of all, when he said on that same interview, when he said, oh, I can't read a teleprompter, like I might be in the wrong business. And I'm like, that's the problem. This is a business for you. Being a politician, you're saying is your business, which like just sickened me because he just looks like a slick car salesman. And wait, could you stand this? And then this is what we're gonna do. It's a give and take. It's like, what are you doing? And look at California. Like every major money-making corporation's leaving, billionaires are leaving, rightfully so. And more people are moving out than moving in. I mean, like he's like voguing when he talks.
Look at all the people
Yeah.
moving out behind me.
I can't take him. But I just think he's a slimy politician. He's related
Agree.
to Nancy Pelosi. This is just the
That's
way to
exactly
make money.
right.
This is they're all just freaking grifters. And California is so, so, so beautiful. The most gorgeous real estate and climate and all of it. And there's so many people that are loyal to it and they stay there because they're like generational Californians. But it's like disgusting what's happening there. And when you watch TV shows, like I have friends that are like, oh my god, it looks so beautiful, I want to go there. I'm like, that's a camera angle. Like that's just a camera angle for you of someone's lawn and the fountain. I was like, it is such a shit show there now. It's so sad. And he's like, oh, now let me do to America what I did to California. No,
we had to stop him. Yeah, we had to stop him. Yeah.
Just think of all the meme potential.
I didn't say he would win.
I need to convince you. Just think of all the memes we can make out of these things against Newsom.
Yeah,
But
all right.
Endless.
Memes don't affect like the way you are talking about, Owen. A lot of memes actually help people a lot. You know, even if the Ritter memes, just the fact that he's out there so much, and the more we hate him, the more they love him. That's the way they work.
But that's just the base. That's not
I agree. It's only the base. We are gonna hate him more now, but the base is gonna love him more. And he might not win, but he's the top.
Right. Well, I'm going to stick to my prediction. The candidate is
I'm going to stick to mine. He'll be the candidate.
Right. We have a bet then. All right. But
what are we betting for?
Oh,
well, we'll figure it out.
It can be a joke. It doesn't need to be. But no, I think.
Tell us in the chat what we should bet
honestly,
for.
I would say like Pritzker might be a more likely candidate, and I hate to say that. I know, but he
is on Ozempic.
He's on the Zempi. He's on the Zempi.
He's got lots of money, and he can talk pretty good, I guess. Not quite as smooth as Newsom, but maybe in a good way.
Read?
And
does he have a book?
I think so, but I don't know.
He's another one though. Trump derangement syndrome. He doesn't come up with anything. All I hear him doing is complaining about Trump and Republicans. Like, okay, we know, like we complain, but what are you going to do?
People mention Shapiro.
Well, I think he's a possibility too. The Obama impersonators are going to be coming up too. Shapiro and that other guy that was on the late night show that was running against
Enrico or something like that.
Tarico. Like they're both Obama impersonators. I had a story about that I posted today.
So is Pete Buttigieg.
White Obama impersonators.
Oh, congratulations to Pete Buttigieg, by the way. He has his popularity is rising amongst Black voters. He has gone from 0% to 1%. So
Nice.
big shout out to Buttigieg making waves.
I would love to see them try and push Buttigieg. That would be so awesome.
I do want to cover something else, you
Yes,
guys. And Owen can cover it since he's so good at it. The hockey win for the men's U.S. hockey. Come on, we practice this flag behind me. Yay! Go men hockey team, U.S. hockey. They won on Sunday. I know some of you watched it. Some of you watched hockey for the first time, as I hear. One of the main patriotic moments was when the goalie stopped the Canadian from scoring, and that would be Helleback. And then the other one would be Jack Hughes, who you know as the missing teeth or half a tooth hockey player, who was asked about the United States, and he was so proud to play for the United States. It was amazing to see them. I think we're going to see them tonight in the State of the Union. There's two things that came out politically from the win. One, I think FBI Director Kash Patel was actually in the locker room celebrating with them. And I think a lot of people are like, did you vote for this? Is this what you voted for? And other people are like, yes, that's what we voted for. We voted for our FBI director to be drunk with the U.S. hockey team while winning. And the other one was, I think Kash Patel had called President Trump and to speak to the team, and he made certain remarks in regards to the women's team. He said, "Oh, I think he invited at the time in the phone call. I think you guys can see it. It's like 13 million views of the video of the phone call while in the locker room." And basically, what happened is he was inviting the men's team to tonight at the State of the Union, and he told them, "Oh, but I have to also invite the women's team, because if I don't do that, I'll get impeached." And well, let's just say that the women's team they didn't comment on it, but they also declined his invitation. They're not going. I personally think that they should have gone. It's an opportunity. When do you get invited to the State of the Union? And when do you get to be the special guest for the President of the United States? Not very often. So I don't know your thoughts, Erica, on the women's team.
I am a hockey fan. I haven't watched hockey in a while, but I don't want to hear it in the chat, but I'm an Islander fan. Let's go Islanders,
Whoa.
Long Island. And
not the Rangers?
No, but you know what? I'm a weird fan because if the Islanders are out and the Rangers are still in, I will root for the Rangers because it's like a New York, New Jersey vibe. But I am an Islander fan. Anyway, I used to go to the games every Friday with my grandfather. I babysat for one of the Islanders' kids. Like I knew them because a lot of them live where my grandparents live. Shout out. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, hockey fan, I want to say, I don't know any of these players' names, but that Jack's score, what an amazing assist he got. The guy that, shot the puck to him it's so tempting to want to take a shot like that and be like, I could take this shot right now and win, or do I pass it to this guy who's got the opening and he can do it? Teamwork. I love that. And also the women's hockey, the scoring goal. Holy cow, what a freaking fakey shot she did.
Beat Canada.
Yep, and that was just amazing. So shout out to both teams. As for the women, honestly, were they all standing for the
yes.
Okay, so they did all the right proper stuff,
They
right?
didn't do the US soccer women's team thing.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so you know what? they don't want to go to the State of the Union. They're just falling in line with, whatever. I'm sure. I don't care. I don't necessarily think they should have gone. And I think that the significance of the men women was winning was much different than the women because of the not winning since 1980. And it was just so long awaited. And it definitely just felt bigger. Not that the women's wasn't amazing, but the men's thing was like iconic. It was like a moment. It was like the most like Olympic thing that could happen for America. So I'm proud of both teams, but don't
Somebody's
go.
saying in the chat that I don't know the source because they don't list the source, but they said that the women's team had declined to go before these comments were made by President Trump. So
Yeah.
they had been asked because they won earlier on. And I think he probably asked them at that moment in time, but I guess they declined.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'll
it's
just add
okay.
the political angle that 1980 was largely thought of as a political victory as much as a sports victory because we beat the Soviet Union, and it was this big come from behind victory, and so it was this they call it the miracle on ice, and now we did the same thing to Canada, so we kind of demoralized Canada in the process of this. That this is their one point of pride that they think they're better at hockey than the United States, and apparently not. So I don't think Canada has anything left where they can say they're better than the United States.
They could have been champions if they had been part of the United States.
51st state, they could have been.
But
By the way,
they got Katy Perry instead.
I'm glad you mentioned 1980 like that, Erica, because, as Gen Xers, right, we remember those times. And I wasn't a citizen here yet, but I was a visitor of America, and I was a admirer of the country already, growing up in Mexico. And it felt like the 80s, the last 2 days. It has been feeling like that. I've been feeling the spirit rising. That's something that Trump has been speaking about a lot, about the recruitment, I call it everybody's meeting the quotas of recruitment in all the armed forces, police, everything.
Military,
Military. Everybody is so excited. You see people singing the national anthem in bars. This is amazing what is going on. I never expected this to come from hockey. It really got me, but I should have, because it's all been about ice, right? It's all about the ice, everywhere. And this is the year of the ice, and the ice is saving us now, the women and the men. And I see like that momentum going, and I feel like we just gotta ride it. I'm glad that you guys have the flags and stuff, because I should get one too.
USA.
Speaking of that, we do have the State of the Union tonight. Trump is going to have a long speech on the economy, affordability. He's going to talk about the lower inflation, the rents, stocks are being high, and all the tax refunds that are coming. And he's going to claim Gaza peace and has the border fixed and Maduro captured and his previous strike on Iran. So he's going to be going through a lot of different topics there. I think he is trying to hopefully boost his polls. Right now he has a 55% disapproval rating. So his ratings are down from where they were. So I think he's hoping he can boost this going into the midterms. So we'll have to see what happens. I don't know how much disruption there's going to be from the Democrats. I think Adam Schiff might have been one that said he's not going to even go to it. We'll have to see if Nancy Pelosi tears up.
And Solnek is not going?
Yeah, I think so.
And
so I don't know. I don't know if there'll be too much disruption, but we'll have to see how the Democrats behave. But I think he has a lot to talk about, a lot of good things to talk about. So I'm hoping it does get through to people.
I'll be watching this for you guys, just FYI, because
You'll be watching with us?
I'll be watching it for this community so we can talk about it tomorrow, because honest to God, I just am not a fan of the theatrics at the State of the Union and their little paddles, and we're gonna wear white, and no, don't clap for the little boy who is surviving brain cancer. Don't clap for him. I'm like, what? So something good happened in the country? Not happy. No, I cannot take these people. Like, or do you just hate everything? You guys, I'm on a tear. Anyway, so
what are your predictions?
I predict that I'm gonna need a shot of vodka Oh, you mean about the State of the Union? I have none.
Sergio.
Well, it's going to be fun. It's going to be, there's so many chances of getting the people excited tonight that I don't know what else can compete. Is there any counter programming on the left?
Yeah.
There will be after.
No,
Who's
they're going to
gonna
have a whole
speak?
counter programming all through it too, and then
Right.
there's Spanberger and probably some other radicals are
Great.
going to talk afterwards.
Good. Go to the counter programming. Go watch the circus over there. Let the adults handle the country. Thank you.
I don't know. I mean, I predict the theater kids are going to come out and play. They're going to be acting like little kids. And they might not even clap for the United States men's hockey team when he mentions them or anybody else that he's mentioning. And I know that most likely he'll mention the Golden Age because that's already been part of the White House has already posted about the State of the Union being the Golden Age State of the Union speech. He'll focus on the economy, the domestic front, but he'll also mention foreign, foreign victories like all the eight peace, 8 countries or 8 conflicts he has resolved,
Well,
plus the
Marcela,
9th one.
I have a quick question because we only have a couple minutes left. Does anyone think he's going to do one of those like weird head fakes tonight where he's doing the State of the Union? Meanwhile, we're like bombing Iran.
Oh.
I doubt it. I don't think he'd do it during, because he'd want to be
There
there
is
in
a
the command
chance,
center.
Erica. There is a chance for that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I worry about those things because he is one of those, we'll give you 2 weeks to think about it and, oh, we bombed you. It's like, oh, so I hope not. I just don't like it, but
If it's a nice, clean, precision attack, it would be great, right? If it's the start of the war, then not, because maybe not. But if it's like a quick, precise takedown of this guy like Maduro, I mean, we'll go for it.
I can't really speak too much on that because I don't know enough about it really.
There's been movement actually of troops, and there's been indication that might, it's coming soon, but we'll find out, won't we?
Is everybody going to watch tonight? And listen, here's the pros. We get to see JD Vance and like watch his smiley face, and we don't have to see Nancy Pelosi and her big sourpuss denture head. Sick of her. And also, if I just listen and maybe don't watch, I won't be as, unhinged. So maybe we can listen to it and not watch it so hard, but that's how I'm going to do it.
Erika, one more thing I wanted to mention.
Yes, sir.
We do have troops on the ground in Mexico. Navy SEAL Team 2 has been there. They were approved by the Senate to go there. So pray for them, really,
Yes.
so they don't really get involved in anything.
Yes, absolutely. Always praying for the most peaceful outcome for all of the world, really. Just there's a lot going on. I will not host a State of the Union watch party because you'll have to call an ambulance for me if you see me fall on the floor. So sorry, chat. I can't do it. I just can't do it. There's a lot of cursing for me when I watch that. I'm like very tense. This is just my nature. But you guys, so we're at the top of the hour. So the 4 of us will be back tomorrow. We're going to go over the State of the Union. So watch it tonight or listen to it, however you want to hear it, or don't. Spare yourselves, and we'll give it a wrap up tomorrow. There's a good chance Joel Pollack will join us in the beginning of the show so we can get his take on things, which would be so great. Thanks for the hugs, Bookish. So love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And we'll be back in the morning, you guys. Be useful. And let's do a simultaneous closing sip to our Scott Adams, who is allowing us all to stay here and be here. And we honor him and we honor you guys. Love you guys so much. And thanks, Bree, for hosting us.
Thank you, Bree.
Scott.
To Scott.
To Scott.
Have a great day.